Hey, today I want to show you what could be the most difficult country bass riff ever. In today's lesson, the country bass challenge. I'll see you inside the video. Hey guys, it's James here from eBassGuitar.com, and country bass playing often has this reputation of being simple and straightforward, just roots and fizz. So I wanted to set a challenge to write what I think could be the most complex country bass line ever. So today I want to teach you this bass line and see if you can play it. Now, interestingly, it only uses 2 fingers on your fretting hand and 1 finger on your plucking hand. So check this out. I'm going to teach you the bass line in isolation, then I'm going to show you how to put it through an 8-bar chord sequence. So just before we hit the lesson content, I want you to know there's a completely free PDF which comes with this lesson, which shows you everything we're discussing today written out in standard, notation and tab. You can grab your free copy by clicking the link which is in the description below this video. So here's our 1-bar country bass riff over the chord of G. Check this out to begin with. So let's take this 1-bar riff apart. Now, the secret to this riff is it's actually not as complex as it sounds, because it uses a lot of open string raking, which is a super effective little bass hack to get more speed into your bass lines. So let's take it apart slowly, beat by beat. So we start off with a G here, 3rd fret, then we play an open G, and then an open D. Now, crucially, I just want you to use your first finger on your plucking hand. So this is the first bar. Just do that. Then let's go into the second beat. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit a B flat, and then we're going to slide onto a B natural from fret 1 to fret 2, and then hit that open G, then open D. So the beat 2 sounds like this. So you get that lovely little bluesy note in there. So what I want to do is put the first 2 beats together. So it sounds like this. And again. All first finger. Now let's jump into the 3rd beat of this riff. What we're going to do is we're going to slide from a B natural to a C there. So 2nd fret to 3rd fret. And then we're going to play the open G and the open D like that. So play it again. So that's the phrase. So I want you to put beats 1, 2 and 3 together now. So it sounds like this. Now let's put beat 4 in there now. So we have another little bluesy note in here. And what I want you to do is slide from a C sharp to a D like so. And I want you to use your 2nd finger. I found this the best fingering to make the phrase work. So we're going to go C sharp to D, and then we're going to go G, D like that, using our 2 open strings. So you can get these little cool kind of country phrases just by looping each individual beat. So what I want you to do is put all 4 beats together. So it sounds like this. So earlier in the lesson, I said you just need 2 fingers on your fretting hand. And this bass line can work really well with just using your 1st and 2nd fingers, which sounds like this. But what I actually like to do is use my 3rd finger on the G, which sounds like this. But all notes on the A string are just using the 1st and 2nd finger. So what I want to do now is play this riff first of all slowly without the drum machine, and then do it up to tempo with the drum machine. So So we're halfway through it now, and I'd love to ask you, if you're enjoying this lesson and getting a lot out of it, please do subscribe to the eBassGuitar YouTube channel, because we release a lesson every single week designed especially for the beginner to intermediate bass player who wants to take that bass playing to an advanced level. There's a red button somewhere around this video. Now this is where things get cool and exciting, because I want to show you how to take this bass line through an 8-bar chord sequence using 3 chords, chords 1, chords 4 and chords 5. So in the key of G, that would be the chord of G, the chord of C and the chord of D. So I'm going to take this through the 8-bar chord sequence, which starts off with 2 bars of G, 2 bars of C, then a bar of D, a bar of C, a bar of G, and then back up to a bar of D. So let me show you how this works. So you're already 100% familiar with the way this bass line works in the key of G, but the cool thing is we can use the same patterns and the same open strings, and they will work over C. So what I want you to do is take your second finger up to the 8th fret on the E string like so, and put it down. And the basic pattern remains the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to go C, and we're going to use the open G to the open D like that. And then we're going to slide from an E flat to an E natural. So this is our first beat. And then add those 2 open strings on the end. And again. And then slide from an E to an F. Add the 2 open strings. And then from an F sharp to a G. And the 2 open strings on the end. And the reason those open strings work really nicely is because the notes G and D are part of the key signature that we're in, so they don't clash. They just create more of this percussive effect when you play it up at speed. So this is what the riff sounds like in the key of C up to speed. So you guessed it, we can take exactly the same pattern and make it work over the chord of D. So what I want you to do is take your second finger and place it at the 10th fret on the E string, and then the same pattern will work again. So play the C, the 2 open notes, and then an F to an F sharp, 2 open strings. So you end up with this first 2 beats. So once you've got the first 2 beats down, we then go from an F sharp to a G, slide in, play the open G, the open D, and then we go from the G sharp to the A, and play the open string and the open D like that. So the whole phrase, when you put it together, sounds like this. And up to tempo. So you can see how these open strings can actually work over other chords as well. They're super, super powerful for getting speed and propulsion into your bass lines. So what I want to do now to finish this lesson off is demonstrate it over the 8-bar chord sequence using the backing track, so you can hear the whole of this bass line in context. guys, that's the end of the lesson. As I said, this is a country bass line challenge, so I would love to hear your version of this bass line. So if you're one of my Bass Lab Plus students over at eBassGuitar, make sure you download that backing track from the backing track folder so you can try all of the concepts in this lesson over the backing track. Then make sure you record a copy of you playing it so we can hear it and put it in our BLP clubroom. That said, if you want to join the Bass Lab Plus and you feel like eBassGuitar could be the way to help you push your bass guitar playing forward, make sure you hit the link in the description below so you can check out the Bass Lab Plus completely free for 14 days. There's a link in the description below. Cheers, I've been James from eBassGuitar.com, and make sure you check out and enjoy the Country Bass Challenge.